This is James from Apteco. Thanks for joining this session looking at how to get started using the Apteco Marketing Dashboard. Over the next 5 to 10 minutes, I'll show you examples of using the dashboard to view results, share insight, filter data, drill into data, and create target audiences for marketing campaigns. As you can see, I've already logged into the Orbit web platform and I have the new dashboard function shown in my menu at the top of the screen. When I click that, a particular dashboard is shown. This is my home or default dashboard. It's one that I created earlier in another of our video sessions. But I actually have several dashboards available to me. I could look, for example, at the web visit dashboard and see different data about a different part of the operation of my business. For today's purposes, we're going to use the new Getting Started dashboard, and we can see that has 6 tiles, 3 number tiles down the left hand side and 3 visualization tiles in the central body of the dashboard. On the right hand side we can see the filter rule, in this case restricting to female customers who have booked package holidays in our fictitious holiday company. And reading down the left we can see that is something just over 600,000 such customers who've made just over 1 million transactions at an average order value of £641. I'm starting to learn a little about those customers and I may wish to share that insight with others. I can do so by sharing this dashboard. If I click the share button, I can choose who I wish to share with. And I'm going to share with my colleague Robert Downs using his demo Gmail address. And the dashboard supports sharing to permitted domains, so you can control who can receive this type of shared information. We've already shared the dashboard with all internal users, but I can share with external users in permitted email domains. I can send them an email message if I wish, I can notify existing users if I wish, and then I can share the dashboard. My colleague Rob can self-register on the Orbit platform if he's not done so before, and he will then have access to drill and filter through this dashboard. If he's not a licensed user, that's all he can do. If he is a licensed user, then he can go further and, for example, view data or create campaign audiences. So let's use the visualizations to filter a little further into this data. Let's see how the average order value changes as we filter. And we'll start with a very simple example. We'll pick one category from the occupation visualization. I'll choose the largest one, the sales executives on our database, and I will add that to the filter. As I do, you'll see it's an addition to the base filter on the right hand side. We now have an additional criteria that the individual concerned must be a sales executive. And on the left hand side we can see we now have just 227,000 such customers, and they have 377,000 transactions and a slightly higher average order value, £645. We can actually extend the selection criteria. I can do it in several ways, using the dashboard or using the sales chip value shown on the right hand side. Let's click on that sales executive. We now get to see and optionally to sort the values in this variable, and I can choose 2 further categories in this example and apply those. That will quickly result in the dashboard updating. We see a progress bar and then the updated result on the dashboard. Let's go and filter further by using the map. I can pick, in this case, by UK postcode areas to choose the central part of the country, and I've chosen 9 different postcode areas which I'm going to add to the filter. You can see that displayed with an AND clause on the right hand side and the resulting map showing the restricted geographic area. We now have just 50,000 selected customers, but I can remove individual categories. So I could, for example, remove Nottingham from this restriction. The dashboard will update and we'll see the resulting data. Slightly fewer, we've excluded Nottingham, or I could remove the restriction on the occupation by hitting the ellipsis and then the delete button to remove that. So we now starting to change the filtering that we're performing on the dashboard. Let's look at how we can drill through data. At the center, at the lower part, we can see a breakdown by the dates of the bookings. Let's drill through the data of this breakdown. And we can see, in this case, by choosing the year 2019, I can drill down. And in this case, I've drilled from the year to the quarters. I can see those quarters displayed, and I can now filter by the second two quarters of 2019. So we've drilled from years to quarters, and that was a path that was set up when we created the dashboard. I can apply that now as a filter. We see quite quickly the new total, just 4,000 customers. It's an average order value, somewhat higher, £694. So let's have a look at viewing the data. We can see the data available for each of the variables used for the criteria that we have created, and we can page through a sample of data to see the sort of values that we are selecting. Very nice. It looks like the right sort of group. We can also choose, having established this criteria and checked it, we can create an audience, and that audience can be used for marketing purposes. So let's create an audience now. We'll call this our Getting Started audience, and when we choose to create it, it's a very quick process. We can see the link provided to our Getting Started audience. And here we have the criteria that we created on the dashboard, now expressed as a logic selection rule. And the Audiences tool within the Orbit web platform allows us to create exclusion rules, inclusion rules, to check the values that we have selected, both on a standard layout and here one that's been created by my administrator. I can see the data looks appropriate. I can see I've got the correct volume. So I could choose to export this audience perhaps to an FTP site to upload into one of my marketing processes. We can see, incidentally, before we export at the bottom of the screen, samples of the type of data that we may wish to export. So I can look at different samples, choose the format I wish to export, and then undertake that export at the click of a button if I'm authorized to do so. Not all users will necessarily be authorized to export. But you saw as I was speaking, it prepared and then exported the data. It uploaded it to the FTP site, and we've prepared a marketing list using our dashboard through the Audiences tool and out to a downstream delivery area. Let's just return to the dashboard. This is the visualization that we were working on, and you've learned a little about viewing the dashboard, sharing the dashboard, swapping between dashboards, filtering using the tiles on the dashboard, and drilling into data prior to creating a campaign target audience. That's the end of this session. I hope it's been helpful, but the Apteco partners will be pleased to help you with the Apteco marketing dashboard. Thank you for your interest.